hope he's you. Hey, hey. Okay, guys, I want to share something with you real quick. Just listen to this. Check this out. Okay. First of all, hey, 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 I am Trina of Aloma Solutions. I am a self love coach. I help successful women of color create a higher level of joy, love, peace in her life by rediscovering who she truly is. And I just wanted to come on and talk to you for a second. Okay, so are you truly living your life? Now that we hear that all the time, right? Oops, my phone is on here. We hear that all the time about are we living up? We know all the questions that we get that we kind of take with a grain of salt. But the question that I'm asking today is, are you living in the here and now? Yesterday, I saw a video, and I actually posted on my timeline, but I know, everybody don't see everything and everybody don't look at everything. But it was a video that showed a whole bunch of clips of people from the past, people we know, some people we probably didn't know, whatnot. And it was showing them in different moments of their lives, like sitting on the porch or walking alone, or just doing the things in everyday life. And the feeling that came over me was, are we truly living our life in the moment? Because those moments that we're sitting on the porch and somebody's snapping a picture, I look at the pictures that's on my wall of my ancestors, right? And I see these people who are posing for this picture, and the feeling even now is making me feel like my eyes are gonna water. But it's like that moment, that feeling that you had in that moment, the things that you do in everyday life, walking out in the sun, even if it's just spending time listening to something on the radio, or playing with your grandbabies, or playing with your sisters, or whatever it is, spending time, whatever. We so often skip past those moments because it just feel like, but when I was looking at those clips, that feeling of what life truly is and truly living life, it was all about the moment, living in the moment. We hear people say it all the time. And y'all have to excuse me because I don't know why I'm getting semi-emotional about this. But we hear people all the time talk about, live in the moment. And that sounds good, right? But what does that really mean? We think that it means, when things are going well, appreciate that. And of course, I think that we should. But I think even the moments of just sitting in a space where you can hear the birds singing, or just in a space where somebody's flicking a picture, whenever you take a picture of something, or whenever you're experiencing something, when you're packing, when you're getting ready to be in a different space, just those little moments that we don't even think about, those are those minutes, those are those moments that means, I think, the most. It's like, if whatever happens to us after this life, if we have an opportunity to look back, it would be those moments, I believe, that would be the most special moments. And I just don't believe that that we're not aware of how much or how important these times are. I was talking to who was I talking to? I was talking to I can't remember who I was talking to, but we were talking about doing the things that we want to do in the, doing the things. And I'm not saying that hurts anybody else, or that, but what came out of my mouth was living life to the point where it doesn't even matter whether it's right or wrong. And, okay, take that away. That's not what I meant. The decisions that you make with your heart, regardless of what the results look like, they are decisions that move you in a direction, move you in a space. And to be able to live in those decisions, knowing that this is my life, that whether it's whatever that decision is, whether it's, as simple as, do I want to stay in this state? Do I want to move to this state? Do I want to stay inside of this relationship, or do I want to go into another relationship? Even something as trifling as, do I cheat or do I be, just knowing that you should grasp your life according to your heart and move in that direction. That is truly like such a freedom of living, that I can make decisions based on what's in my heart, on what I believe to be the best thing for me, and I can live inside of that and be okay and know that I am living my life, that I'm not making decisions based on what I think somebody else is going to think, what I think somebody else is going to say, out of fear. So much, I just know there's going to be so much regret from so many people because they limited their lives because of fear. Say what it is that you want to say to the person you want to say it to. Apologize if you want to apologize. Don't worry about what it's going to look like or feel like, whatever. If you want to freaking run away for a month, for half a year, or whatever it is, if you want to change occupations, be smart. But that's kind of contradicting. But if you want to live your life, if you want to do life the way that you want to do life, that makes you happy, the regret that will come from limiting ourselves, from living the life that we truly want to live. Are you a rock star? You want to be a librarian, and you're totally been a rock star because that's the cool thing to do, when in your heart the librarian is the thing that you really want. Are you working your ass off every day trying to build this empire, to have this mansion and all of these stocks, when in your heart what you truly want to do is just go get the RV and travel the world with the minimum amount of things? What are we doing with our lives that is about what we truly want, not about what the world say we should have and how it should look and how it should feel? Living life unapologetically. When we say that, I think it's just it's kind of cliche-ish. But when you think about the definition and what that means, living your life unapologetically, meaning if I make this decision and this is what I truly want to do, I'm not going to be sorry about it, that I did it. I'm not going to be sorry that I don't want to be somewhere where I'm regretting my decisions because I was afraid of what the world was going to think about me. Can you imagine the freedom in that? This is what I'm talking This is what I'm talking about. Yes, there is a responsibility and some accountability in living life. Yes, there is, right? It's there, right? But those little pieces that you have that control over, those little pieces where you say, I was having a conversation with someone and we we're talking about, rainy days. And I was saying I don't believe in saving for rainy days, simply because when you save for a rainy day, you are making it in your head that you're going to manifest rainy days. Why would I save for rainy days? I'm not going to plan for rainy days. To be secure in your holdings, that's something different, but the decision to plan for rainy days versus, should I get this bike? I know it's simplified. I'm trying to simplify it. Should I get this bike or should I save for a rainy day? If you can recall every single solitary rainy day that you have run into up to this time right now, you have found a way. Why can't you get the bike and find the way like you always do? Or even if you feel comfortable in this, okay, let me have this savings account here for this rainy day. Not your savings account, but your rainy day funds or whatever you do for that. Haven't you realized up to this point that even when you didn't have it, you always figured it out? Regardless of what happened, it did what it did. And you're still here. And in the process of it doing what it's doing, you still have the opportunity to live your life. You still have the opportunity to go get the bike with the bill or whatever it is that it is in your life that you want to do, that you're holding yourself back because of fear. Anyway, um, I want to share that this sentiment with you. Um, I don't know if you get what I'm talking about. I don't know if you understand exactly what where I'm trying to go with this. I don't know if I have articulated in a way where you can uh, feel the level of emotion that I'm feeling about it. Um, but I hope you do. And if you don't get it right now, I hope you get it soon. I hope you get it soon, because if nothing else, we know that time has a way of passing, and you know, as far as we know, regardless of what we believe, we got this one chance right here, right? And even in the belief of whatever it is that you think happens after this life, don't you want to ride till the wheels roll off, though? Don't you want to ride this one until the wheels roll off, though? Who wants that? Maybe that's if the uneventful life is what you want, then absolutely. But I'm just saying, if you're sitting somewhere and you're restricting yourself from saying what you want to say, doing the thing that you want to do, pursuing the career, the goals that you want to pursue, jumping into the thing that you're so nervous about because you wonder if it's going to work, if it's not going to work, I say live your life. And if nothing else, live in the moments that you have. Live in those moments where the sun hits you a certain way, or when it feels like nap time, or nighttime when it's time to go to bed and you get in the sheets and it's nice and cool. Whatever it is that brings you that little piece of life where you can actually feel as if you're truly living, embrace that. Embrace that. And for those things that you're afraid of, do them in fear. If your heart is calling you to do it in fear, because it's not going to go away. It's going to stay with you. And then what happens to those things that don't go away, that stay with you, is they become regrets, right? Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for regrets, right? So anyway, that's what I got. That's what I want to share with you. Hopefully you got something from it. Until next time. I'm going to go eat my lunch now, because that's what I want to do. Unapologetically, that's what I want to do. So you guys take care of yourself and take care of each other, okay?